Horrendous Drivers NZ and Beyond presents Horrendous Road Users. Episode 2. You would think that when you give way to somebody at a pedestrian crossing, that the person walking across actually walks to the other side of the pedestrian crossing. Not in this case, however. This car has stopped at the pedestrian crossing to give way, and Polly, the trolley driver, decides not to walk to the end of the pedestrian crossing. Instead, Polly, the trolley driver, decides,
I'm going to take my unlicensed, unregistered trolley halfway across the pedestrian crossing, stop all the traffic, and make them wait for me, and then do the swerve and walk down the middle of the road and make everybody at the supermarket car park wait till I get my sorry ass out of the way.
There are so many cowboys in this city. Am I missing out on a secret cowboy club? Here we go! Yeehaw! Well, just pretend that this is another country because I'm not giving way to the right when I'm supposed to at the roundabout. Oh yeah, I also think I am driving a car because I have conveniently forgotten about how long my trailer is, but that's okay. They can just use their brakes and give way to me because I'm above the law. Yeehaw! Unfortunately, for Twat Truck Driver, he's not a car, but still has to apply the give way to your right rule. The New Zealand Transport Agency states, you must give way to all traffic that will cross your path from your right as you enter the roundabout. For some reason, people often get their road rules mixed up. Here, we are approaching a controlled intersection where Mr. BMW has time to go, but no, he cuts right out in front. Just as we're approaching the intersection, the number of inattentive drivers on the road is astounding, and it is clear here that the driver in front of this Suzuki has the inability to look ahead. As you can see, there are no vehicles crossing this car's path. Maybe this driver needs a new pair of specs, as they can't see past their bonnet. In the same area on another day, you can clearly see that we are approaching the traffic lights, and as Pete the prick approaches the intersection, he slowly pulls out in front without a care in the world. I'm just going to slowly pull out in front and make everybody else behind me apply their brakes whilst breaking the flow of traffic, 'cause that's why I'm Pete the Prick. Luckily for Pete the Prick, we didn't have a bull bar installed on the front of the vehicle. If Pete the Prick was hit, he would most definitely be in the wrong. The New Zealand Transport Agency states, the traffic exiting the driveway should give way to all traffic on the road. I didn't know that Superman was here on Earth and had 2 kids with him. If the car was kryptonite, then Superman and his little mini-me's would be in big trouble. Any person with scruples and has children surely would be doing their best to protect their children and teach them how to cross the road safely, especially when there is a pedestrian crossing only a few meters from where they crossed. Perhaps inbreeding is a cause of their stupidity. Not only do drivers have a road code to abide by, but there is also a road code specifically for pedestrians, or as stated on the New Zealand Transport Agency website, information for other road users. It states, if you are within 20 meters of a pedestrian crossing, footbridge, underpass, or traffic signals, you must use it to cross the road. The purpose of lines in the car park is to ensure that people have their own dedicated space to park in, enabling others to also fit in the same car park with ease. You can see here that the tires on this white car are parked over its boundary line and are so close to the line of the next car park, making it very awkward for the person parking in that space to park straight in, and even difficult for that person to get out of their car. Turns out, Big Bozo Black Car has parked in the same way, which would make the white car park the same, and putting everybody who parks in that line of car parks in an awkward position. How considerate! Oh, we definitely have some top-notch drivers here with amazing reversing skills. So amazing that other vehicles can't even drive on the other side of the road next to it.
Since there's hardly any traffic, let's reverse on the wrong side of the road to create a traffic jam. Yee-haw! I'll just cruise in the right-hand lane, also known as the passing lane. Oh, look, there's a gap that I could move into to get out of the right lane, but I think I'm okay here in the right-hand lane. Oh, this is my exit. I gotta be in front of everyone. I don't care what carnage I cause behind me, and too bad for the car behind me. They'll just have to slam on the brakes because I'm being a fool, hogging up the lane that they are using to pass other vehicles. I just drive off totally oblivious to what I've done, but I really do know, but I just pretend I don't.
Right-hand lane hogging is a pastime favourite of New Zealand drivers, but the New Zealand Transport Agency states, when there are passing lanes, drive in the left-hand lane unless you are passing another vehicle. The latest trend in New Zealand is to drive without indicating and don't let anyone know where you're going to go and what you're going to do. Clearly, you can see we are about to move into the left lane and had indicated for some time prior to that.
My name is Lane, the last-minute lane changer. I don't want anybody to go in the lane that I want to go into, and also I won't indicate until the last second.
Lane the last-minute lane changer must have skipped preschool because he can't count to 3 seconds. the minimum amount of time his indicator is meant to be on. As the New Zealand Transport Agency states, you must signal for at least 3 seconds before you move towards the left or right. Just as well, No Lights Nick is in a white car. If he was in a black car, it would be much harder to see him with no lights on. In just the nick of time before turning at the traffic light, No Lights Nick flicked the switch on. Yay! One of the previous government's grandest ideas was to fluctuate Auckland with people without improving the infrastructure. Within the grounds of the small country school, there are not enough car parks for every parent. When you come out onto the road, you will see a whole bunch of cars parked halfway on the road and halfway on the grass, which then blocks the traffic and makes it more dangerous for the traffic behind them to try and pass. That was a close one. And are you sick of people being inconsiderate on the road? Reiterate messages to others with these products from our Redbubble shop. Tell them to keep to the left or right, depending on what side of the road you drive on in your country, or remind them to give way when they are supposed to. New designs will be released on a frequent basis, so keep checking in to find out what they are. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe and like button if you enjoyed this video, and the notification bell so you don't miss the next episode of Horrendous Road Users.